Hello everybody and welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm Sean Fay Wolf.
I'm Alyssa Vitello.
And I'm Mason Martin.
We are here once again, and now listen, this is going to absolutely blow your mind, but what we're going to be doing here today is we're going to be having a discussion about various goings-on in the world. Things in popular culture, from arts, entertainment, politics, and everything in between, as well as some school-related stuff. We've got a whole slew of things that we're going to be discussing tonight on 20-Somethings TV. And to start us off, I think we're going to go to something that is definitely on my mind, and I imagine it's going to be on your mind too, that being final exams. It's that time of the year where we are all just trying to wrap up our classes, get everything done, and deal with the big assignments, essays, papers, and whatever it is you're doing to wrap up your class. And you know, I think that we are a great group to have a discussion about some ways to get through this. Naturally, since we are all just such well-rounded and put-together individuals. So what do you guys think?
So here's how I'm prepping for finals this semester. So I've had a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. I've missed classes because of that. So I think because of that, like I'm totally prepping myself because I'm going to be worried so much. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I missed so much. I got to work my ass off, and then I'll over-prepare myself.
Okay.
Despite all the mental problems
so
it's been
worry.
causing.
Yeah,
worry.
Worry and just become just this giant pulsating ball of nerves that is just like completely inefficient use of energy.
Right. Have a breakdown once in a while. It's great.
Okay. I feel that. I totally feel that. What do you think, Alyssa?
I think you should
when you see your
just
tricks.
I just don't sleep. Just don't sleep. Do you see this? Just don't sleep.
Okay.
And then you'll do great. That's the secret to a 4.0, guys. Just don't sleep. It's great.
No, it's just like, I mean, I really just don't imagine.
Who needs it, right?
Why do people not realize this? It seems like something that, you probably would have figured out before.
I know. Just don't sleep.
Yeah. And, from my own personal experience, like, here's what you got to do. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but what I've found is that if you will save absolutely everything until the last possible second, then on that last day, oh boy, that last day. It's like someone lights a firecracker under your ass. You are just like the most hyper, just like adrenaline filled. You will never feel a rush like that in your life. It is just insane the amount of productivity you can get done when you only have one day to get done things that were supposed to take a month.
Yeah. It's like a whole different drug,
Right, exactly.
It's just counting all the drugs that I've used. just kidding, that's not a lot.
Yeah, it's like instead of, let's just call that, instead of getting high on life, we'll call that getting low on life.
I see what you did.
This segment has been a disaster. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 20-Somethings TV. Let me introduce to you our special guests, Justin White and LJ.
Woo. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So today we're going to be talking about, on this segment, about the legalization of weed in Canada and what they're doing to try and stop impaired drivers, stoned drivers. So Canada legalized weed 6 months ago and have been doing some tests along with other devices on how to stop or how to find out if a driver is driving high. And so recently they've come up with this new device called Sotoxa. And this device, what it can do is the driver would have to spit into a tube and the police officer would take it back to the car. In less than 5 minutes, they can tell whether or not the driver is intoxicated with THC.
It sounds really sketchy. Like, I don't buy
Sounds
that.
sketchy. Why do you say that?
You spit into something and then you get arrested? I don't know. I don't really buy it.
Well, it's not full grounds to arrest, and they're still doing some tests with it. But it can detect THC in the bodily fluid. So it works for that, does it not?
Okay, if you say so.
Now, one of the questions that they asked on this article, from what we found, is they asked a bunch of participants whether or not driving high is okay. So I figured I'd ask you guys too. Is driving high okay to you guys? Is it safe? Is it not safe? LJ?
LJ?
I think it depends.
Why do you say it depends?
Because like a lot of people are like prescribed marijuana, and I know a lot of people who suffer from a lot of anxiety, and marijuana like makes them chiller, and I think in a lot of cases they drive better stoned than they do sober. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to take into account like the kind of person, I guess. Like I think it's all about responsible marijuana use rather than like kind of overuse, and I think in this case it is probably good that I think there should be some kind of legal limit, I guess, in some way, but I don't know. I'm also just, I feel like they're always trying to find new reasons to arrest drug users.
So sad.
Yeah.
I have a really strong opinion about this because I'm a really safe driver. Like I didn't learn to drive until I was 25. So I tried at 16. My dad was like, "You're too mature. I'm not gonna let you learn to drive." I was like, "Fine, whatever." So I'm like, even here in the Northeast, people like freak me out all the time because they're bad drivers.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
very aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I want them to pay more attention to what they're doing, not less. Now, I like the argument that, you know, you have to self-medicate in some ways just to get to normal, you know? But I prefer people didn't drink, didn't do any kind of medication, and didn't talk on their phone or text or go to websites while they're driving. Maybe just like focus on the road. Hello.
No, I'm a huge safe driver like that too. I gotta be safe. Everyone's gotta have their seatbelt on. Driving is one thing I don't.
Do you
mess
drive a
around
lot?
with. I do
Yeah,
drive a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
me
From
too.
Sekonk?
From Sekonk, yeah.
All the
Okay.
way from
Sekonk's where I
Sekonk.
live. Sekonk,
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Okay.
But because I do smoke, and so what I do is I'll smoke and wait till the high comes down, and then I'll drive once I know I'm not intoxicated. How do you guys feel about that situation?
It's fine.
It's
You're
fine.
chilling. You know, if you're
Just
chilling, you're
chilling?
chilling.
I don't know. It looks like you have to wait till the high comes down. Like, what happens if you're in a good mood? Maybe the high stays up. Maybe it doesn't come down ever.
Well,
you know.
then I wouldn't drive.
Oh,
Right?
come on! You got to get here. You can't say it's a conch all the time.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna smoke before I come to class.
Really?
Positive.
Okay. Well, I can tell you from being a professor, I've had students I go over and help them like, oh my God, they just smoked, and I was like all freaked out. And I was like, no, I should be happy because at least they came to class. You know, they didn't stay at home watching TV.
Yeah,
true.
honestly, like
That's how I look at
I
it.
should get a little bit more credit.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so that's all we have for this segment on 20-Somethings TV. We want to thank Justin White and LJ again for joining us on this segment, and we'll be back with another one. In this segment, we're going to cover a lot of things, but Alyssa, tell us exactly what we're going to cover.
Okay, so legislation is trying to move forward with allowing Florida teachers to have guns in the classroom. So as we all know, Florida's kind of been a state that struggled the most with this sort of thing. So what do you guys think about this?
I personally think that teachers shouldn't have guns in the classroom. I don't
Okay.
think guns should be in the classroom just because of the students in there. No offense, but there's a lot more students than one teacher, and if the teacher loses track of it or doesn't think about it for a hot second, you know, we're all human, we all make mistakes, then a student could get their hands on it, especially a younger student if it's in an elementary school. You know, then they're just playing with it and goes off, somebody gets hurt. So
Well, it sounds like the guns just be sitting in the middle of the desk for anyone to pick up, the way you're describing it.
I mean, that could be the case. What if the teacher's moving it for some reason or another, and he puts it down just for a second, not really thinking about it?
And then grade twos come in and start like picking it up
I'm
and
just
shooting the
saying
windows out.
Of hypothetical scenarios. Are you
All right.
against it?
But yeah, Justin, I mean, you're a teacher, so
I am a teacher.
so what do you think about this?
I think that it's not a good thing. I mean, I kind of feel that America, it's an idea of a country, not really a fully formed country yet, and this is taking America in the wrong direction. It's not the Wild West anymore. It's not 1870, you know?
No, what's your idea of a country saying that?
A country is, I'm a new American. Mason. I became an American.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
So, but I've still got passports for
Yeah.
Canada and England, where I was born. So, I love being in America. I think it's an amazing country, and this generosity to the people and to the spirit of Americans. I do think it can be foolish at times, and this to me is foolish. This doesn't show the good sense and the caring and compassion that I know Americans have for everybody.
Okay.
Americans are great people.
Right.
You know, people lose track of that. It's so true.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've talked to a lot of teachers about this, and their view is I signed up to be a teacher, not a police officer. And to me, before I thought like, okay, this could be like a good thing, you know, like extra security, and if they're trained on it, like that could be good. But, you know, once I heard that, I was like, you know, they're right. They want to be teachers, they want to teach. They're not in it to be bodyguards. And I don't know, it's a tough way to go about it because we do have an issue here.
Right.
And we have to find a way to solve it, but I don't know.
How about like metal detectors when you go into school, like in high school?
I mean, honestly, yeah, I feel like that would be a better solution.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but at my old high school, they had a police officer there at the morning and the afternoon, but not all throughout the day.
Fail.
So what if something happened during the day? So maybe we should have extra security throughout the day, you know, instead of teachers having guns.
Right, right. At my high school, we did have a police officer there throughout the day, and honestly, I feel like I didn't consciously think about it, but I did feel more comfortable having him there throughout the day.
I like security. You guys pay a
Yeah.
lot of money to go to college here. You should get security as well.
I agree. That's a really good point.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin, for joining us on this segment.
Thanks
And you'll
for
be
having me.
back for more. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with another segment. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 20-Somethings TV. Again, I'm here with Justin and Alyssa. And Alyssa, you're going to take away this next topic.
All right, so in recent news, we all know that Notre Dame burned in a fire and they're working to rebuild it, but also a little less coverage on it was Sri Lanka. Eight or so churches and hotels were bombed in an act of terrorism. And there's been a disparity, there's been a difference in the reaction to these two horrible events. So what do we think? Like, what do you think about the coverage on these two events?
I can understand the reactions. I mean, a building is getting money to be rebuilt and everything after we've lost all the precious history towards it, while these people are getting a lot of attention. So it's what we talked about before, what should get more priority.
But this is like a building. These are people. These are human lives.
Right, who
You
cares?
like the building more than the human lives?
I love the human lives more, and I feel we should put more attention towards the human lives. I mean, we're the ones actually making things like this. You know, people made this, so people should be more cared about than buildings.
I think it's kind of just this spectacle, you know, it's like a well-known building. It means a lot to people. It represents Paris, represents Catholicism, and it's this spectacle of destruction. So it's like, it's a better visual to use to get attention. This visual, not so great to get attention.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's honestly really sad and embarrassing that the president of our country kind of on our behalf is like raising more money towards rebuilding. And for this, he just said, you know, our condolences and left it at that. You know, I feel like if we're going to spend money and put it towards something, we should put it towards something where obviously it was an act of terrorism and it was horrible. Like, these are human lives that are in danger. And I mean, I think people were injured, but, you know, they weren't killed.
And I'm not saying like the Notre Dame shouldn't be rebuilt or anything. I just feel like I said, people have more priority over buildings and
Right, exactly.
everything else.
A lot more.
A lot more because we're making it, you know?
Yes.
So
I think we've ironed out this issue.
we've ironed out this issue. We're done
Completely.
here. Yeah. Justin doesn't want to talk about it anymore, so we're going to cut it right there.
I'm closing the door.
You're closing the door. He's the new host on 20-Somethings TV. So why don't you exit us out?
Because I'm 50-something, not 20-something.
'Cause-
There you go.
Ah, there we go. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this segment, and we'll be back with just another one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 20-Somethings TV. I'm Mason Martin, and I'm here with Justin Wyatt and Keith Brown. And today we're going to be playing a lovely game called Do You Speak Gen Z? Now, in this game, what's going to happen is I have a list of terms that we Gen Zers use today, and these older men have to figure out what these terms mean.
I actually
Whatever.
thought Gen Z was a person I went to high school with.
Yeah. She's in jail now.
So I'm going to give you guys a term, and then you're each going to give your response, and then we'll figure out points as we go along.
Cool.
All right? So our first term is dead ass. Justin, why don't you start us off? What do you think dead ass means?
I think 25 years ago, you called this person a slacker. So they don't really do very much. They just get by. They don't really work hard. And they just like, all they're caring about is maybe like being mellow and hanging out.
Okay. So that's what you think dead ass means. Keith?
I was going to say slacker too.
Slacker?
Like most of the people in this class. Just joking. It's not really. That's not what I think. I'm going to guess slacker as well.
Okay. Well, you're both wrong. Because dead ass means that you're serious and that you're not playing around. So like, I'm dead ass dropping out of school. So the next word that we have is low key. Keith, why don't you start us off? Justin started last time. What do you think low key means?
I think low key means like a calm person. Somebody, they're like literally laughing at me, so that's wrong. I'm gonna guess somebody that's very calm and easygoing and doesn't get stressed out very much.
Okay, I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Low key is like if you have like this door and there's like a bunch of different locks on it, and you have to put it right in the lowest one and turn. That's low key.
I think you might be right.
Well, I mean, Justin, unfortunately, you're not right, but Keith kind of got it there.
Slightly or kinda.
So
He's
it's
moving
like
to Chicago in 3 weeks, but the semester isn't over for another 7 weeks. He's low key dropping out.
so like it's like a little
On the down low.
on the down low sort of
Okay.
situation. Like
Got
that.
it.
Low key, keeping it
Secretly or
secret.
discreetly.
Exactly.
I liked my definition better.
Yeah. With the lowest key.
Yes.
Yeah. Our next term is shook. Justin, what do you think shook is?
Well, sometimes if you're going to the gym and you haven't worked out for a long time, you know, and you're maybe like on the elliptical or treadmill or something, and you have like flab, this is like you shook.
Like, well, what do you mean with the flab? Like
The flab. So
shape?
yeah, maybe it's like shaking and it's a little embarrassing, but you don't want to call attention to it because then you're like, I've got to get rid of the flab. So, you know, you shook, but you better control it and you better get rid of it too.
Okay. Okay. Keith?
I think maybe you're. It's when Mason's phone goes off in his pocket and then Keith gets angry. I think it's maybe like if you're like awoken to something that's new or you're exposed to something new. Maybe that means you're shook.
All shook up.
Or it could be sexual. Who knows?
I'm gonna count that. It's shook when you're surprised about something. So like.
Girl, look at my highlighter. That I can tell you right now, I've never said that. Can you say the next one?
Have you seen the Harrington highlighters?
Can you
They're
say the next line
triangles.
for me?
Can you say the next line?
Bitch, I'm shook.
So we're gonna give Keith a point there for getting.
Who's
to the
winning?
term. So
You
you are
are.
right now. You
As
are.
always, you-
1-0.
It's your
Keith's
class.
winning. Our next term is snack. What do you think snack is, Keith?
Oh, I gotta go first?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's what I eat during this class. It's probably not the answer. Snack.
This is a Generation Z term, so not the literal term.
I don't know. You have a guess?
I think it's a sexual encounter that's not very meaningful, that's just very brief in terms of time and even physical contact. So it's a snack. It's not like a full meal.
Okay. Keith, do you have anything to add after
I
hearing
don't
that?
know. I don't know.
No?
I think
Okay.
maybe Justin is correct.
Well, Justin's not correct. But he's borderline on it by saying because snack is an attractive person.
I think that's similar.
Close.
To what you said.
He said it was like a little stand, like a little sexual thing.
Wouldn't you want to, you know, be friends and intimate with an attractive person?
Well, absolutely.
What
But-
if you're on the Atkins diet?
Would you shame people who aren't attractive?
What?
Would you shame people who aren't attractive, Mason?
No, I wouldn't shame them. Not personally.
Do you call them junk food?
junk? We could. We could start
Do you
that.
say they shook?
All right, and finally, our last term is tea. Keith, you'll start us off since
That's
you won.
like gossip. So like when you spill the tea or something like that, you're telling some secrets or something like that.
Justin.
Yeah,
Exactly
absolutely right.
that. All right, because you guys already knew it. Tea is gossip. You know, you got the tea. I got the lowdown, the tea on Keith and all these professors. Keith talks a lot of tea.
He does?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
On Monday nights, anyway.
Ah.
So because of that, you both got. I guess we're going on to more.
Oh,
Extra.
I thought that we had to define extra.
Extra.
Guess we're going on to more terms.
Oh,
Our next
Lord.
term is extra.
Oh, that's the term.
Yes. Justin, you're up.
Extra.
So it's 2-1. Keith winning.
Okay, so there's a show called Entertainment Tonight,
Uh-huh.
and there's another one called like Inside Edition, and there's one called Extra. I think it's like an entertainment news show.
Okay.
I'm going to guess it's the opposite of being basic.
Do you want to? Yeah.
Oh!
You're right.
Robert's behavior was extra when he refused to accept Anna's apology.
So it's like being over the top. You know, like somebody's extra. They're going over and above.
Do you really use these words in a daily
We do.
conversation?
Well,
Seriously?
Not
I
around
wouldn't in a daily conversation, but I do
with your
use
special
it.
buddies. Your
With my
special friends.
buddies, yeah.
Okay.
And our final term is thick. Keith
You really spell a word with 2 C's at the end?
or Q. So
Or a Q?
it's up.
I'm going to guess somebody with a giant butt.
Somebody with a giant butt. All right, Justin, what do you think?
I think it could be a giant bud, but I think it could be like really just shook. You know, there could be like flabs and lots of like tire around the person all over, and they're just thick. But it's really cool, and you shouldn't shame them, Mason.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
why am I shaming them?
I think you kind of do.
I shame a lot of people.
On the down low.
It's low key. I do.
Okay.
So yes, thick means having a big booty.
Oh,
A person is thick. but
Girl.
we'll
No, that's
count
not that
Justin's
girl.
Too. That was
did these
a
jeans
lot
make
of
me
rubber.
look fat?
Right.
Part of
You
it,
look
yeah.
mighty
that's extra
juicy.
thickness. Mighty
Damn, you slim thick.
Damn you, something.
Oh, thank you. So Keith won that one with 4 points, while Justin had 2 points. So we want to thank you both for playing Do You Speak Gen Z. Thank you for both being on the show as
That
well.
was fun.
And I'm Mason Martin, and we'll see you guys in the next segment. Bye.
Bye.
And welcome back to our final segment of the show and our final segment of the year. And as such, we feel like it would be a good idea to reflect on some of the some of the things that we've some of our favorite moments of the show and some of the things we've done over the years. So I think we should probably start with you, Alyssa. What were some of your favorite moments?
Let's let him get
let's
himself.
get him to compose himself.
I thought this was great. You know, I really enjoyed hosting with you guys. You guys are great personalities. The crew is amazing. I wish the crew could all come out here. I love them so much. It's been awesome. I think it's been a real bonding experience, and we've done some fun things. So, yeah. How about you?
Oh, I just love holding you guys so much. It's just been a great year, and I don't want it to end.
I know that you're hamming it up to almost unfathomable levels, but you're actually tugging at my heartstrings a little bit.
Sean, we've grown so much between each other. I only knew you a little bit last semester, but we became closer. Alyssa, we became closer. Everyone, we became closer. We've had so many great moments. Oh.
And what about you? Hi. In all seriousness, I actually really just love doing this. This was just so much fun to just be able to do this every week. I feel like at the beginning it was kind of like, not to put too fine a point on it, but it was kind of a shit show at the beginning. We kind of didn't really know what we were doing at the start. But I feel like as we kept on doing it, we kept on doing more of these shows and working well with our amazing crew. And
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
Look
we
at
got just a bunch of
We
amazing
figured
people.
it out. We figured it out. This is
And I
great.
feel like again, I've gotten a chance to grow with you guys and work together, and it's been great, and I've really enjoyed it. So. Yeah, I think that this is about it. So, you know what? I'm usually the one who does these outros, but I think that we need to give this to the one who it means the most to. So, Mason, would you like to do the final outro of 20Somethings TV 2019?
Yeah. Thank you all for watching 20Somethings Night Tea. I'm sorry. Thank you all for watching 20Somethings TV, semester 2 of the spring semester. We want to thank you guys, and third season, I love you guys. I'm Mason Martin.
And I'm Alyssa Vitello.
And I'm Sean Fay Wolf for 20Somethings TV. Over and out.